Yo, what's up, I'm your girl A1 the artist, aka I am the Black Sheep.
And I'm your girl Robin.
And today we're going to talk about the shit that people think about,
but don't want to talk about.
Similar thoughts.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It is July 7th. How was your 4th of July, A1?
It was awesome. I always get a little homesick around 4th of July. I did spend time with the kids, pop little fireworks and barbecued or whatever. But back home, we always throw this huge block party. That's been a tradition in our family since I was a little baby. So I always miss going back home for 4th of July. But I'll try to make it do what it do if I can't get home. So, how was yours?
Okay. It was great. You know, the 4th of July is my grandmother's birthday, so she makes sure that we celebrate her and not the 4th of July.
I heard that.
And she just turned 78. But you wouldn't believe it.
Shout out to the grandma. She just turned 78. Shout out to the grandma. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Grandma. I know you're not going to listen to this.
It's okay. But you can sit there and tell her all about it and be like, I shout you out on the podcast, and she'll just say okay and move on with our business.
Yeah. But I will. This is my baby's first 4th of July, so I'll post. Y'all see a picture of my baby's little 4th of July outfit. But enough of that.
Yes.
Let's dive into this episode. I know what y'all are here for. You see the title. You know what's about to go down. We are talking about
cheaters.
Okay.
Cheaters.
And cheaters what? Cheaters never prosper.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Cheaters are. I don't know. I have a mixed bag about cheating, but we'll get into that.
Okay. So let me kick it off. Tony, why do you think people cheat?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I think, though, there are two reasons why people cheat. One being that they just horrible people and they just like to cheat and they just cheat just to be cheating. And those are those kind of people. But I think the majority of people who decide to cheat, especially in marriages or long relationships, I feel like that they're cheating because they're missing something from the relationship. Now, I also feel like before that person cheats, if they are a good person, they have told you so many times what's wrong in the relationship, and you are refusing to listen to whatever that complaint is. So, for example, they can tell you, like, hey, I want to spend time with you. Like, yeah, we'll do that next week, or yeah, we'll do that next month, or you keep putting it off. Somebody gonna give her that time that she need. Or if a guy's telling you he just want to have sex or whatever, like, a guy is not gonna tell you that he wants to have sex because that's all he's about. That's a guy's way of being intimate with you, and he wants to spend time with you. So if you're not getting them sex, then they're going to go figure that out. So those are just major examples. You know, it can get all the way down to the fact that you don't consider me, or you don't listen to me, or I don't feel like I'm heard, or whatever that repeated complaint is in the relationship. If you're not meeting that need, eventually they're going to find it somewhere else.
Amen, brother. So, what are your thoughts on polygamy?
Oh, I've considered it, actually. I'm pro do whatever makes you happy, first of all. I'm not the one to judge, and because I don't want nobody judging me for whatever it is I do. So I'm pro whatever makes you happy, but I have seen polygamous relationships that work and polygamous relationships don't work. I think that the key to a polygamous relationship is everybody being honest and open with each other, because if that's lacking, then that leaves room for error. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I for one, I don't want to say I don't believe, but for me, I don't like the idea of a polyamorous relationship, and I really don't like the argument that humans are naturally polyamorous. Because if that was the case, STDs wouldn't be running rampant. You know, if that were the case, people wouldn't get their feelings hurt if you slept around on them. So I don't like that argument that we're naturally or we're born to be polygamous.
No, I don't agree with that either. I think that we were made to be monogamous because if that was the case, then God would have gave Adam more than Eve. He would have gave her Eve and Stacy, but he just gave her Eve. So I think that we are naturally made to have one person. However, I know that the rules have changed over the years, and a lot of things are more acceptable than what they used to be. So if that makes you happy to have more than one partner, then do you. But you know, it may not necessarily be for other people.
Exactly. And I'm not judging anybody who's in a polyamorous relationship, as long as both partners are with it, like, wholeheartedly. Because I know people have jealous tendencies. So if you aren't the jealous type and you are not the monogamous type and you have met your match, then y'all do you. If you like it, I love it. But it's just not for me. And I don't I sound like a Bible thumper. Don't spew your ideals on me. Like, I don't care how well it works for you. It's not gonna work for me. So please don't say that humans are naturally polyamorous, because I just don't believe that.
Right. And that's okay. Like, you were fully entitled to believe that. It's fine. Like, no, you don't judge nobody. Nobody should judge you. Like, that's pretty much what it is.
Basically. So, I mean, we're talking about cheaters. Have you ever cheated on anyone? A1 the artist, aka I am _ the black sheep.
I have not, actually, because I'm the type of person that I'd rather be single and do what I want to do and not have to answer to somebody about it. I don't feel the need to do that because I know that people's feelings are involved. Now, I have broken up with somebody and immediately saw someone else, but I waited till that first relationship was over because, you know, feelings get involved. People do crazy stuff when their heart's involved, or some crazy stuff when their heart's involved. So, I don't know. So, how about you? You been cheated on before? Or have you cheated? I'm sorry, have you cheated? Because let's backtrack.
Cheated?
Yeah, have you ever cheated?
Have I ever cheated? No. Listen to me. I don't cheat. I'm a good woman. Oh. Well, actually, let me circle back, because just because you don't cheat don't mean you're a good partner.
That is
There's
true.
more to being a partner than just being faithful.
That is facts.
But that was a little tangent. I digress. But no, I've never cheated. I've never felt the urge to cheat, because when I'm with you, I'm with you. Mm-hmm. You know, and you have my undivided attention. Like, I don't look the other way. Like, if I, like, the other day we were watching a movie, and what's his name? Antoine Fisher? What's his name?
I don't know, but I know who you're talking about. I call him Antoine Fisher, too.
Everybody calls him that. I was looking at him, I was like, man, he is so handsome. He's so handsome. And I said that right in front of my husband.
He is handsome, though. I mean,
but, like, I'll do stuff like that. But if it's like some rando dude, I don't do that. But I will say, like, we look at other women together.
Okay.
Like, if I see a woman that's attractive, or, you know, she got a wagon and that thing thinking, I'm like, oh, Connor, you see her ass? Look at her ass. Look at her. Look at her boobs.
You're funny. So, yeah.
But we do stuff like that. But no, I've never felt the urge to want to cheat on anybody.
I just feel like it's too much work. Like, you gotta keep track of too much things. Like, I ain't got time for all that. Like, let me focus on you for right now. If this doesn't work out, then we'll move on. Like, I ain't got time to be doing all the extra stuff. It's too much. Too many personalities, too many things. It's too much.
I don't understand it. And I know I hate cheating so much. I've spoken about my dad in the previous episode, but I'm about to talk about him again.
Oh, yeah, that's
I don't think he's going to listen to this. I don't think he's going to listen to this podcast. But he he an old crippled man now. He don't do it no more. But he was a serial cheater, and I don't know. I think there's something about it that men, they just like dealing with the bullshit that comes with it. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, they find it entertaining. Like, it's very stressful dealing with a bunch of women and a bunch of emotions, and yet you still do it. Mm-hmm. It's like, why do you enjoy it so much? Like, what is it? Like, that's what I want to know. Why do they?
And so that's what takes me back to the two different types, because you have people who are serial cheaters, and I think that the joy comes out of their low self-esteem, because they don't have enough in their insecurities and all those things. They don't have enough love for themselves, so they got to find all this love in all these different people, because they don't feel like they love themselves enough. Because if you don't love yourself enough, then you're going to try to seek that somewhere else. And some people feel like that the more love that I have, so I'm in translation, I'm going to date 20 different women. That's 20 different women that's loving me, even though you don't love yourself enough to love the one person. Because a lot of you being faithful or loyal to a person, you have to have some kind of level of love for yourself. And so I think that's the biggest reason why people serial cheat, per se.
You know what? I'm kind of thinking the opposite. Maybe you have too much love for yourself.
Nah.
To wanna, to think you can do that to somebody, to mess with somebody's feelings like that. Like, you're so inconsiderate of other people's feelings and emotions, and so self-centered, and so caught up in yourself that you do what you want. You mess with play with people's emotions, and you cheat. You serial cheat.
Okay, so you just described what is called narcissism, and people who are narcissistic are insecure. They don't love themselves. They might appear that they love. They look at Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump, I know that's a horrible example, whatever.
Maybe the perfect example.
He spits out all this high confidence and all these things, like it's all about me, and you got to care about me and what I'm doing, and I'm the biggest thing since sliced bread, and all these things. But at the end of the day, those derive from him not feeling like he's enough, or somebody along his path when he was a child made him feel a certain kind of way or inadequate and all these things. So he grew up to say, these are the things, or these are the stories I'm going to tell myself to make me feel like I'm better than that. So when you look at men who appear, or women, because women do it too, appear to have this high stature of love for themselves, and they think they better than everybody, or they try to pull the wool over their head, or they like the attention, or all of the things, is because somewhere along the line they have told themselves that they're not worthy, that they're not good enough, that they are not basically worthy in order to attain one person loving them. And so they got to find all these things to fill that void. And so it may appear to be, oh, you love yourself too much, but at the end of the day, you don't really love yourself at all. That's what insecurity is you beating yourself up. And so a lot of people who are narcissistic, they say, well, instead of beating myself up, I'm going to hype myself up, but I'm not going to fix the issue. I'm just going to make it look good. I'm going to make it look pretty on the outside. And so that might be what you're seeing in your father.
You might be right. But,
so have you ever...
I love my dad to pieces. What?
No, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I love my dad to pieces, and I don't know, just seeing how he has treated women in the past definitely set a standard for myself, which is why I don't tolerate cheating. Mm-hmm. And I understand, a lot of women stick by their man after cheating. And for me, I just feel like I got to get out. Like, if you cheating on me, then you don't love me. And I shouldn't stay with somebody who doesn't love me, because cheating is not an accident. It's never an accident.
No, you don't slip into somebody's pussy. That's not how that works.
Yeah, it's never an accident. And I know I spoke in our previous episode about forgiveness. I don't know if that's something I can forgive, nor can forget.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. So being married, which you are, I know it's a lot different when you're single. Like, you're single and somebody cheats, you have the option to leave. There's no paperwork or any kind of, well, it depends on how long you've been together, because there might be some level of assets. But when you are married, say you've been just to play devil's advocate and create a scenario with you, say been married for 50 years and okay, maybe 30
years I'm staying. Yeah, 50 years I'm staying. Goddamn.
Okay.
Ain't no reason to leave.
Like, where you gonna get your Viagra? Okay.
Find me a young whippersnapper. One of these young rappers.
So, okay, let me, not 50. Okay, what about 25? Because that'll put y'all about 50. And so,
50 is a good age.
And then, and the spark is gone, and y'all trying to figure it out, and y'all just can't reach that point of connection like y'all used to have. But on the flip side of the coins, y'all got the 5 kids, y'all have several homes, y'all have cars, y'all have all these things.
I love it. Thank you.
So,
thank you for saying that feature.
No problem. So this is what you have, and he goes out and cheats on you. Do you stay? And not just cheats. He's having an affair. This is somebody he's seeing for a long time.
That's heartbreaking. I know it's going to be hard to divvy up those assets. And at the time, the kids are grown, right? It's been 25 years. The kids are grown.
Or grown-ish. Yeah, they pretty close.
Grown-ish. They're out of the house. They got to be at least 18.
Yeah.
How long am I going to be having kids?
I don't know.
Got to be at least 18. A full-fledged affair is literally heartbreaking. Like, at that point, if we're 25 years deep and we have all these assets and income together that we built together, and, it was just one little slip, like one cheat. Mm-hmm. Maybe I can probably push through it with some therapy. We both got to do therapy. Okay,
gotta do therapy if you cheat. I'll say you got.
Yeah, like why? Like, why did you cheat on me? Like, because I feel like no matter how aggressive my career gets, I feel like I'm always gonna make time for my family and my husband specifically. Mm-hmm. So I just want to understand, why would you cheat on me? But if it's a full-fledged affair, I don't want an understanding. I don't want closure. I want you out of my face and out of my life. Because here you are. You've built a whole relationship, like this, like connection, and possibly like love, or at least strong like a full-fledged affair with this one woman for God knows how long. That's heartbreaking. Yeah. And the fact that you were doing this under my nose.
Yeah. That's a hard one to come back from. I think about the short-term cheating, like you just need to go out and get your rocks off, and it's like you came back, oh, you got caught because I found the number in your pocket or whatever. It's like, okay, that's more forgivable. But when you do look at the feelings, and then it's like, are you building a family with this? Because some affairs, they be like buying the mistress like homes and having kids with them and all of the things. And then it's like, how do you come back from that? Like, I've seen I don't want to throw Rashida under the bus because I love Rashida, but I do. I love her.
That's on my face.
I do. I love her and I respect her in so many ways. But when you think about, your husband having kids outside of the marriage, it's like, okay, dang, you already cheating on me, but here you are having a baby too. Like, that's hard to come back from.
How do you come back from a whole baby? Like, what? No, like, you need to I need you out of my life. Divvy up these assets, however y'all, whatever the lawyers say, that's what we're going with. Because I'm just like, I don't want nothing to do with you. And I'm like, I guess when women, I don't know, I can't say unless it happens to me.
Right.
But my mentality now is, hell, I don't care. If we build this together, we can just split it down the middle. Like, I'm not trying to take everything, I'm not trying to spite you or anything. Like, I just want to be out. Because it's so disgusting. And the fact that it's humiliating. Like, I don't want any parts of this anymore. I don't want you in my life. I want this divorce to be as quick as possible. Whatever we build together, split it down the middle. Sell all the houses, sell all the cars. We can start from scratch. Like, I just want to be out because this is so disgusting and so embarrassing, and I can't believe that you're the person that I married.
Yeah. It's tough, but it is one of those situations where, like, this is how you feel now, but you don't know how you respond when you've been together for that long. Because when you've been with somebody for that long, you start to depend on them, and in so many ways, and so it's maybe easier said than done to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, have you ever been cheated on? That you know of, anyway, because you never really know.
He tried to listen to me. He tried to cheat on me, and it was so embarrassing. It was so stupid. Like, I was just like, this is some dumbass shit. Like, how you going? Let me tell you.
Please share.
So, he was getting ready to go on a trip, and he asked me to download some movies into his iPad for him, and then he went and took his brother somewhere. So I was just there at his house by myself. And Apple gets you caught up. Y'all be careful with these Apple products. But Apple links everything together.
It does.
So
all your text messages, all the things.
And you honestly, if you have just even the slightest inkling, then they're probably cheating.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I was just like, let me just look at these text messages, I felt like something was up.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, and there was this girl, like, he was talking to. Like, he went out one night, it was his friend's birthday, they were kicking him, I didn't care, do you? And it was a couple of guys and a couple of girls, and one of the girls left her bag in his car, and I think her computer or something that she needed for school was in it, and she had an exam coming up. So she was texting him like, could you bring my bag, back to Atlanta, because I need it for school. I got this exam I got to take tonight. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. But anyways, he goes and returns the bag. Judging from the text messages, she got the bag and went right back upstairs. That was it. Business as usual. And so he texted her. He was like, dang, I couldn't get a kiss or something.
Mm.
And like her responses were basically like, nah, like, I needed my bag. Like, I got to do my homework. Like, I'm not interested in you. And I'm not going to do a play-by-play of all the text messages, but he was like really pushing it. Like, he was really interested in her. And he wanted to do something with her, but she wasn't going for it. And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, what a fucking idiot. Let me leave. So I left. And I'm so dramatic. Like, I left the iPad. I made sure it wouldn't close. So I left the iPad open on the red text messages. So stupid. And then he was texting me, and he was like, I didn't do anything. I didn't mean anything by it. I just wanted to see if I still had it. I was like, Negro, still had what? Like, at this point, he was, 24 or 25? Like, what do you mean? What have you lost? Like, you're a young dude, and you have a beautiful girlfriend, not to, like...
Yeah.
I was popping. Okay, back before I had my baby, before I got married, I was out here thotting and bopping. Okay, I was a schnacky schnack. So like, you got a whole girlfriend over here, and not just one of these bimbos. Like, I cooked for him. I cleaned. I bought him things. Like, I was that kind of girlfriend. I love you when I'm down for you. I'll treat you right. And I was treating him right. So I'm like, why would you? What do you mean? I wanted to see if you still had it. Like, you sound like a goddamn fool, and I'm out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was his attempt at cheating on me. So I was like, this is. If you're gonna cheat on me, you better be successful at cheating on me.
I heard that. I think for me, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if he would consider it cheating because we were technically on a break. But my ex-boyfriend, and this is a crazy story. And this is what I say when I say that you never know what you're going to do when matters of the heart are concerned, because I was acting so out of character this particular night and I didn't even care. It was like, this is what's happening. But I had a feeling we weren't completely broken up, but things were going bad. And he moved back into his house. And I had this feeling and it just wouldn't go over. So I went over his house and I waited in his driveway. And he came, his car was there, but he was gone. And I was like, something told me to stay. So I stayed, and then some chick pulled up and he got out the car. And so I was calm that night. I was calm as a cucumber. I said, look, if it's not going to work between us, that's fine. Just come to the house, get the rest of your stuff, and we can go about our way. And you can do you, and I'll do me. That was a calm conversation. His response to that was like, no, babe, we're going to try to work this out. And I was just hanging out with her. It wasn't nothing and all of these things and blah, blah, blah. He was like, I still want to be with you. I just got to figure some stuff out. So I was like, cool. That's where we at. We're going to try to figure some stuff out. So the next motherfucking day, I went by there and I was in the car with my cousin because he used to do music. So he had a studio or whatever. And so I was like, I'm going to get a bottle and we can go over there and drink and just hang out or whatever. And I pull up trying to surprise him of the things. Uh-oh. And her car was in the driveway. So I immediately snapped because I was like, I just told you yesterday, like, if this is not going to work out, then we should go ahead and part ways. And you told me all the bullshit. And so I'm knocking on the door, like, bamming like the police, kicking it and everything. And he was like, he finally came to the door. He used to have this glass window right next to the door. And so I was like, open the door. And he wouldn't open the door. So I like took his railing to go up the stairs was loose. And I shook that motherfucker till it broke. And I started ramming it on the window. And the window wouldn't break. And so he was like, what are you doing? You crazy? You crazy? I was like, let me in. And he wouldn't let me in. And so he ended up going back upstairs to his apartment. I must have found every rock in his yard and threw rocks through every last window in his house. I know whoever was up there was like, what the fuck is going on? But I didn't care. I was like, so I'm throwing up there. I broke every window in his house. And like, I went around the whole house breaking windows like, okay, you're not going to let me out? Then this is what's going down. And so I got back in my car, and you always have that little friend that's going to hype you up for the madness or the dumb shit. So my cousin was like, don't let that bitch get away. I was like, you know what? You're right. So I took the bottle and that I had bought and threw it through his back window, and threw it through her car back window, and it shattered her whole back window. And so he was like mad, and then we left and I went back home, and then I threw all his stuff outside. And then I lived in the hood at the time, so like the hood niggas was like going through picking up his stuff and trying it on and putting it up to their waist, like, these some cool pants and like the shoes, and like I put all this stuff in the yard. And so whatever was left, me and my cousin, then some more friends and cousins came over, so we started drinking. And so we ended up,
you burnt it.
we set his shit on fire. We did. And the fireman came. He was like, oh my gosh. They was like, it's better ways to get us to come over here if y'all want us to come over here. So we like drunk, like, yeah, whatever, you can party with us or whatever. So yeah, but and then he gonna have the nerve to call me. He was like, she mad, right? She want me to give her your address so that she can come beat you up. I was like, yeah, go ahead and do that. I was like, you can bring her special delivery and get her ass whooped, real nice and spicy.
Right. So,
I know that's my craziest story, and that's like I've never done anything since then out of character like that. But and I don't even know if that's considered like a cheating story, but I kind of feel like it was because I'm like, but we were supposed to work it out and you didn't. So yeah,
if you felt like it was, then it was.
Yeah,
it was.
Okay, you just validated. Thank you.
It was. That motherfucker cheated.
All right, so we gonna leave it on that note with that crazy ass story. Oh man, it's been a while since I told that one.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for sharing. I'm pretty sure the community enjoyed it. I know I did, but you, my friend, simmer down, okay?
Just know.
Have yourself a good week.
All right, you too, and y'all. Thank you for listening, and come back next week.
All right, peace.
Enjoyed today's topic. Let's keep the conversation going. Make sure you like us on Facebook at Similar Thoughts Podcast and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at _Similar Thoughts.
And also follow me at A1 the Artist. That's AONE_the_artist. And I am the Black Sheep. And that's IM_THA Black Sheep. Thanks again for listening. And you guys have a wonderful week.